I don't know about nothing, nothing. Here we really go. Roaming in the night with a lot of bit of fright like war. Do you wanna really know about life? Do you really wanna know? I've been analyzing everything I do and I don't even wanna show. My deepest core, I'm lost, I'm scared, I move so unprepared. My presence always there, but my mind can't take your stare. No, no, I do not wanna see you anymore. No, I need to be alone with no remorse. I just needed you to leave and close the door and don't let anybody in so I can feel it on my own. Oh, I'm so damn selfish, but I know I can't help it. I'm so damn selfish. Oh, what I know about life is that I know about nothing, nothing. And what I know about life is that I know about nothing, nothing. And what I know about life is that I know about nothing, nothing.
It's getting me in my music.
Is that I know about nothing, 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 no.
Yeah. What's good? It's ONKA-B here. It's officially the first Sunday vibe session. So shout out to everyone who's listening. Listen, I'm new to this, so if I have these random pauses, just give me a break. I'm with my friend here, a very, very close friend of mine, one day. And we have LT lurking in the background. But basically, yeah, man, we're just here to have a good time. What's going on? It's Sunday Vibes. This is my show, my baby, my project. I've been working on it for a while. Basically, I'm just gonna be playing music and having like random chats with people. Who am I? I'm ONKA-B, 21-year-old as of today, AVDA student. Well, I don't know if I can say AVDA like that, but like, yeah, I'm a film student. Passionate in the arts, man, ever since I was a kid. And yeah, man, I'm just trying to like be something one day. As I just mentioned, I am with Awande.
Yes, I'm here. Awande, aka she. I'm also a student. Yes, she. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
19, transitioning actually at this now. For those of you who didn't know, performer, lover of the arts,
Activist.
Yeah, artist activist. That's what we call. That's what we call ourselves these days.
I'm feeling that vibe.
Yeah, and I'm happy to be here on Sunday Vibes.
Sunday Vibes. But anyway, yeah, man, as I mentioned, we're just chilling, we're just kicking it. I'm gonna go into the first song. Well, you guys heard the first song, that was Selfless by Thixo, if you don't know the song, but I'm gonna play something a bit more chilled. It's called Hunny by Ray Black.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Yo, Ray Blizzy on the mic. This one's for my man and my women. Yeah. People always act genuine. You don't see it coming. You better open your eyes. Did you know someone? He swears you're the one on his mother's life. But you never know a friend from foe. So don't fall for those lies. I'm telling you, girls, remember this word. Some boys just want your prize, honey. Yeah, they want your honey from the queen bee. Yeah, they want your honey. They want your honey from the queen bee. So sweet. Second verse is dedicated to the man. Some just want that thing. Ask Lauren, they're giving you their number just to get that ring. Next thing you're having a baby by somebody lazy, taking a piece of your pie. You better be paying attention to this lesson. You better be wise with the honey. Yeah, they want your honey. So sweet, honey.
understand when you're on someone's land and you never find the words to say that there's no other way. Why you wasting your last breath? Why you wasting your last breath? This is not a test. You got to let me know right now, right now. Are you gonna show right now, right now? Oh, you got to let me know right now, right now. Are you gonna show right now, right now? But are you willing to sacrifice your life? Are you willing? But are you willing to sacrifice your life? Are you willing to give it up tonight? You zero life, two, never twice. Looking like you want to stay. I won't let you waste the day. You can play my number. I say there's no other guy. Say you and me understood. If you understand that you're all simultaneous, I never find the words to say.
Yeah, man. What a way to start, yeah?
Woo! Talk about 2018.
Hey, man. So the first track was by Ray Black. I think it was called Hunny.
Yeah.
This one's called what's it? Last Breath by Ravyn Lenae.
Fire.
Good vibes only,
Fire.
good music only, man. So yeah, basically, I'm just doing this, having talks. I told you LT's lurking in the background.
LT trying to be seen, guys. He's trying to be heard. He's trying to get noticed.
Hey, man.
It's all good.
But anyway, yeah, I was saying that, like, yeah, I'm just doing this to, like, sort of, I'm hosting a show once a week every Sunday,
Yeah.
playing good music and having, like, genuine chats with, like, genuine people.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to you one day.
Yes. Holla.
But yeah, man, basically, where are we now? Look, I had an interview with RAMS. I think it was a week ago now.
Sure.
And it was me, him, Big Les. Shout out to Big Les.
Sure.
Shout out to Tank was there as well.
Hundreds.
Very cool dude. I'll play a sort of,
Snippets.
not even a snippet, like a piece
A
of
little
it.
something.
Yeah, at the end of the show today. And I'll also play a song by RAMS. For those of you who don't know, RAMS is an artist. He's 21 as well. Whoop whoop.
Yeah.
He's been pushing for some time, man. Go check out his music. UNA space RAMS. He has a dope video for a track called Nobody as well out. And we spoke just about like feels.
Yeah, man.
We spoke about just what music is as an art.
Hey.
Specifically music. I was talking about the sessions that I've been to at Orbit as well on Sundays. I know I used to like talk a lot about that last year.
Yeah, I know that.
But yeah, man, I was chilling with him. How was the new year for you one day?
If I could, yeah, a lot has happened, and I mean, it's just the 14th?
Yeah,
It's just the 14th.
it's the 14th.
It's the 14th. Hold up. Yeah, no, it's the 14th.
Okay.
Bringing it back.
This show is playing on the 14th. I told you, Letitia's lurking in the background. But anyway, the show is playing on the 14th, bro.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
for those listening, you're gonna hear this on the 14th. But I mean, spoiler alert, it is pre-recorded. So we are not live. I will go live randomly
at some point.
Well,
Whenever.
if I decide to, I could go live right now on the 11th.
Cool.
And then talk about me going live on the 14th. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, you were saying what's been popping for you this year?
It's been hectic. Well, for me, because I have so much I want to do. So it's kind of like I'm trying to organize my life, but I know that as an artist, that's a difficult thing to do. I mean, even this, getting here, I was just like, postpone.
Yeah.
Missions on missions on missions.
Hey, bruh, it's
So
hard. It's hard. I was talking to someone in Botswana about the whole art thing, because, I mean, we're art students.
Yeah.
Genuine chats.
Yeah. Of course.
I'm gonna start doing
Of
that.
course.
Every time I'm about to go into something, say genuine chats. But yeah, like, as I was talking to her, because she's a person who's part of the team in Bots.
Yeah.
But she's not studying an art degree.
Okay.
Like majority of us this side are. So for those of you who don't know much about Black Hippie, we have a team in Botswana and in SA. So shout out Bots. Shout out to the team in Bots right now. International for real.
Shout out, hashtag.
But basically what I was saying to her is that, you know, she was envying how driven and passionate all these art students and people pushing art that she finds. And I'm like, it's because, like, we're literally in a space where I think we're trying to sell we're like that street kid.
What we believe
Not
in.
even. We're like that street kid in the street, like, you know, asking for cash.
Oh,
because think about it,
you.
like every other
We're hungry.
profession has some kind of service attached to it. Like if you're
True.
a doctor, you're helping people out.
Yeah.
If you're selling, even like selling an iPhone, you're providing
You're a
something. that-
salesperson.
with art, man, I think the benefit is subjective in that it might not benefit the audience. So we're trying to sell you something that like is like you're not even sure you're going to like it.
Right.
And we're begging you to try it under the pretense of giving us money in the same bracket. I don't know what you think about that.
Well, I mean, for me, okay, well, if I can bring it back to how I feel about arts, as opposed to artists in general, I feel like, okay, cool, as artists, I feel like we chose this path because we believe that we have something to say that nobody else is willing
And
to
the
say.
passion.
And the passion.
Yeah.
So like you're saying, the team in Bots is like, yo, you guys are so driven, you guys are so passionate, how can I get there, or what is it about this art that makes you guys so crazy? And I feel like it's because we believe in ourselves, we believe in what needs to be said, we believe in not really trying to shape society, but trying to put ideas out there.
Out there,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? And
also just commenting on how life is, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of, like the Una's song I'm gonna play, Nobody. A lot of the music we listen to, a lot of the art we're exposed to is displayed emotions
yes.
that we see day to day. That I mean,
Yes.
sometimes we don't talk about, sometimes we do. It's
Exactly.
things, but I'm talking about the fact that I guess we, as an artist or as someone pursuing art, you have to be a bit more serious because
Definitely.
it's not as guaranteed. Which is
Not
why I'm just going back to the part the statement I'm making when I'm saying that it's like a kid asking for cash.
Okay.
So I mean,
It's
it's a
not
very,
guaranteed that
it's a
you get
very,
the
it's a
cash.
very, I think, very, very harsh analogy.
It is.
But honestly
But it's
speaking, it's
true.
what we're begging for. We're begging to
Get paid to say something that
to
you may
be
or may
heard
not
and
like.
get paid, you know. But at the same time, I mean, what is a government?
Actually,
Yeah,
that's a whole other
I think
topic.
it's just also weird because it's how we feel and how we think. So it also puts a value on how much do we value what we think. of
True.
the world and stuff.
True.
How much do other people value it?
True. And whether or not people can resonate with what we say,
Yeah.
which links back to what you're saying. It might help you, it might not.
It might not.
But I think it could help you. or
I hear,
whatever.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go into our second session of tracks.
Yeah.
This is actually a local song.
Oh, yeah.
It's been making hectic waves.
Boom.
It's called Maradona by Niniola.
Yes.
In fact, it's not even local. When I'm saying local, I mean
Yes.
like Africa local.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Because Africa.
But yeah, this is Maradona.
Maradona, we.
She football on the air, don't grab all the kid. She telescope me, don't go on my kid. Don't you there before, don't blame me, don't need it. No power did I let you come to me weeping. Oh, Nikin Latan, oh, Nima Latan, oh, Nikin Dojo me, oh, Loma Lapa, oh, Nikin Latan, oh, Nima Latan, oh, Nikin Dojo me. like satisfying you. All my friends, you out there bad. We like satisfying you. Oh, nikin latan, oh ni malatan, oh nikin do you me, oh lo malapa, oh nikin latan, oh ni malatan, oh nikin do you me, oh lo makampa, oh Maradona, oh Maradona, Maradona me, oh Maradona.
Hey, Thixo Onofefe, sikhona izinto bendizenza, khona isikomeni kumele ndilenze, umthandazo uzosebenza. Hey, Thixo Onofefe, sikhona izinto bendizenza, khona isikomeni kumele ndilenze, umthandazo uzosebenza. Abantu baselalini bafuna ndisele iyeza, umthandazo uzosebenza, umthandazo uzosebenza. Abantu baselalini bafuna ndigide ndixhenze, umthandazo uzosebenza. When I'm now, it's on 10. Yeah, hey. When I'm now, it's on 10. Yeah. Hey, Lorna, hey, Lorna, hey, Lorna, hey, Lorna. That's mine. I wear support. I get mad like Umbona. Demons with the vapors. Ain't so caught up in the matrix. Oh, yeah. Tending on my clan. Tending on my clan. I get the blessings from my queen. Hey, Thixo Onofefe, sikhona izinto bendizenza, khona isikomeni kumele ndilenze, umthandazo uzosebenza. Hey, Thixo Onofefe, sikhona izinto bendizenza, khona isikomeni kumele ndilenze, umthandazo uzosebenza. Abantu baselalini bafuna ndisele iyeza, umthandazo uzosebenza, umthandazo uzosebenza. Abantu baselalini bafuna ndigide ndixhenze, umthandazo uzosebenza. I don't feel the same way. I'm with my angels, regardless family. I to go crazy like stupid. Jam on the alley, bullshit. More this ain't a buffet. Got it feeling all loopy. She open the pearly gates, juicy. The demons they lying, they ruthless. Your diamonds ain't shining, they bootleg. Holy water on me like cool. Show you how to do this thing. Put my satan. Hey, put my satan. Put my satan. I told God all my secrets. Hope you keep them. I be running from my demons. Made mistakes, no I can't repeat them. I told God all my secrets. Hope you keep them. I be running from my demons. Made mistakes, no I can't repeat them.
hot.
That was the one.
Hot.
Sparse. Not even sparse.
So I played Maradona, and then Thixo Onofefe
Yes, sis.
by Anatii, produced by BLFR, by the way. Shout out to BLFR,
Shout out,
who's
shout out.
actually my official co-host. But you'll hear him later on the
show.
on the interview with RAMS.
Oh yeah.
So today is a special, meaning after, in fact, we're gonna sign out in a few.
Sure.
After this, we're going to go over to the audio with RAMS.
Yeah.
So the next track I'll play is Nobody by RAMS. But until then, I just want to talk about well, before I get there, thanks to everyone who's listening, because this is the first show. You can hear that we're kind of, you know, getting into it, but one thing I will always promise you is good music.
Of course.
So I cannot promise you good vibes.
Without good
I can't promise you, you know, the best, guests and whatnot. But
I'm, you know, I'm excluded from that. I'm the best. Just saying.
Nah, but he's lurking in the background. Nah. But what I'm basically trying to say is, like, you know, I know what will always suffice for that is the music. You know what I'm saying?
The promises.
Which is something, again, like I mentioned earlier, that we spoke about with Una. How are you feeling about the whole music as an art thing? Like, where do you stand as
music in itself being art?
Yeah, not that should it be art or not, but rather like what do you consider as good music and what do you consider as bad music?
I feel like, okay, I don't want to say something cliche, because I was gonna say I feel like all music is good music because but the thing is, I feel like I can't say what good music is. I can only say what speaks to me. Mm-hmm. So I think if we're gonna go on that tip, I would say then that music is good if it speaks to you.
If it speaks to you.
If it speaks to you, like if something in you gets inspired, or if it makes you think, or if it makes you reflect, or if it helps you through something, because that's what music does for me. Whether it's going through a good time, going through a bad time, going through a breakup,
It's funny because I remember when I was a kid, like I was in this deep relationship, and like it was amazing. Yeah. But like it was one of those things where like I don't think I ever expected to be where I was.
Yeah.
So I was always the kid chasing, bro. Like I wasn't the guy who got all the girls in high school.
Okay.
So I remember while I was in the relationship, I had this thought where I was like, yo, I think, because I'm generally just like a very, very dark dude. Like, oh, don't mess with me. I like deep things and stuff like that. But like, I remember during the relationship, I was like, I'm actually torn because I'm so happy I can't listen to the music that used to touch me before.
Ooh.
You know? Like, that's when I was like I'm chilling and I'm like, this is dope, man.
But
I have a girlfriend and like, she loves me.
Yeah. And you love her back.
This is dope.
Yeah.
But like,
feels good.
I used to listen to like a lot of, especially when I was courting her, dog. Like when I was still trying to get with this girl, I listened to a lot of deep music because I think I courted her for like almost 2 years.
Sure.
On and off. Like there were, you know, other flings and stuff on the side, but it, like as a kid, man, I listened to the deepest music when I was torn. So when I was in that space, like it was like, what do I listen to now? Like, cause I'm happy.
You listen to that every day. I mean,
and I think that for me, like, for me that differentiates what the difference between good and bad music is. Okay. I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong.
Oh.
I think we all have our taste and stuff, but I think one of the things that we sleep on in music is perception.
Okay.
Like, what are you going through? What do you perceive the song to be when you first hear it?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've heard example, Slice of Tootsie. When I first heard Slice of Tootsie, I was pissed. Ooh. I was like, what the hell is this, man?
Right. Right, ballet.
Because it doesn't even have structure. It's just,
I mean, what is this?
What's going on? And then I saw the video and I saw Malum's dance to it, and I was like, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Okay. So you see, that for me is
So you're saying music to you must be something that's good music is something that's more versatile in terms of the message that it puts out.
Yeah, perception, or like, I don't know.
It must be like it must be a bit vague, or what?
It can be seen in more than one way.
Yeah, like it's subjective.
Everyone else applies it to.
Yeah,
so it mustn't be a
subjective.
straight, this is a happy song because I'm happy. So if you're sad, you can't listen to it. It must be a thing of, it can take you anywhere.
No, I think good and bad music is determined by how you feel when you hear it.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you hear "Cause I'm Happy" and you're like, it's a trash song.
Why you lying?
Because you're not happy.
Oh.
But like, if you were happy and you heard it and you were like in the vibe that the
That's-
people who like that song are in,
Yeah.
maybe you'll get it. And it's also the beef I have with most people about house.
Oh.
Because I don't really listen to house that much, but like
Love house.
Maradona.
Okay. I mean,
You get what I'm saying? Listen, man. Shout out to everyone who's been listening in.
shout out.
I'm gonna go over to the audio
Yes, man.
that I have sitting here with RAMS.
Mm-hmm.
Check us out on Twitter, on
Yep.
Facebook,
Yep,
BLXCKHIPPYRADIO.
Yep.
I'm Onka on Twitter. I don't know if you got Twitter like that.
I do.
And if you do have Twitter like that, I'm sorry I don't follow you. Follows you right now. But you don't follow me, so I feel like we can follow each other.
Who says I don't follow you? Check.
Okay, I'm going to confirm this.
Actually, I don't know if I follow you. But
Yeah. But yeah, man, check us out. I'm Onka, TELEONKA. One word. On Twitter. Who you at on Twitter?
On Facebook and Twitter, I am at Awande Dube. AWANDE DUBE. That's it.
Dube, no underscore.
No underscore, no nothing.
Okay.
That's my name. That's my surname.
I mean, you can try and find me on Facebook if you're cool like that.
Like
but
I'm on Facebook.
I'm on Facebook, but like
Facebook,
I don't
Twitter.
know if I'm ready.
I'll help you. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I
It's
don't
all
know if I'm
good.
ready to just get that random invite, from.
Oh, from random people. No. I'm open. I will accept. I will follow back. Trust.
LT's in the background. I don't know if you got Twitter like that.
I'm not a Twitter person. I won't lie. I'm
okay.
more of that Instagram and Facebook. But you can follow me on Instagram on _.
Is that LT?
Is that?
Is that LT? Yes.
Listen, guys, shout out to LT. He's actually here because we're working on something on the side.
Yeah.
Completely unrelated to BLXCKHIPPYRADIO.
Right.
But Mans is talented. Both these guys are like amazing actors, and I kid you not, because it's very difficult. Before I say this, it's very difficult to say without context.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being genuinely genuine. I'm being real when I say this, but these two can sing, guys. These two can sing. They're like two very, very talented singers. And just be on the lookout for their work. If you see anything by LT, let's also Osman or Awande Dube. Just give it a listen. Tell us what you think on social media. Tell them what you think on social media as well. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.
This was Sunday Vibes. Happy birthday to me again.
Happy
Shout out
birthday.
21.
Y'all better sing.
Even though it's whatever date it is.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
Shout out to Clive as well.
Shout out. Big
Shout out to everyone, actually.
Everybody.
Thanks for tuning in. This is Nobody by RAMS.
She ain't got nobody. I could be somebody. She don't want nobody. I won't let that stop me. You got my attention. You spark my interest, should I mention how you got me wishing? Ooh, you got me wishing. I admit I caught some feelings. This is naked truth, these words don't need undressing. Appetite for your affection. Straight up attraction, there's no second guessing. Many are called, but few are chosen. I was hoping I'd get chosen. I've seen the guys you've been rejecting. Could I be the exception? You're alone and you know that. Need someone when you made it. I'll be here if you need me. But if you don't, it's okay, but She ain't got nobody. I could be somebody. She don't want nobody. I won't let that stop me. She ain't got nobody. I could be somebody. She don't want nobody. I won't let that stop me. And I don't wanna see you hurting. Oh, I don't wanna see you cry. It might be too soon to trust me, but it wouldn't hurt to try. I'm not blinded by desire. I can see the pain inside ya. You had no luck, no four-leaf clover. He broke your heart when he said it's over. You don't want another lover. Wounds still fresh, you want some closure. You don't want nobody closer. You're still afraid someone could hurt you. Moving on slow, still trying to get over the other guy. I could ease the pain, be a blessing in disguise. You're alone, we could change that. You deserve to be happy. I'll be here if you need me. If you don't, it's okay, but she ain't got nobody. I could be somebody. She don't want nobody. I won't let that stop me. You won't get nobody. Ain't no one quite like me. Yeah.
Yes, that was Nobody by RAMS. About to play an interview I did with RAMS. I was with Big Les for real and Tankito Capoeira. Shout out to everyone who was there. I'd just like to say a special thanks to RAMS. Thank you for doing this, bro. It is very raw. It is very genuine. We just spoke. The four of us were in the room just speaking about any and everything. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you've stayed long enough to get this far. Happy birthday to me again. Shout out to everyone who's listening. Shout out to the support that we've been getting at the radio. Shout out to the team. And thank you so much for tuning in to Sunday Vibes. I will be with you again next week Sunday. But for now, it's ONKA-B out. Leaving you with RAMS interview. Here we go. Yeah, man, welcome to Black Hippie. It's ONKA-B.
Yeah, the far out shit.
Yeah, man, we out here with our boy Tank as well.
Good.
What's happening? We have special guest today, RAMS. And it's also officially our first show, so like pretty stoked about that. But yeah, man, what's good?
I'm good.
You good, bruh?
Yeah, I'm just a bit sleepy. But
Yeah.
I'm alright.
Yeah, man, we chilling, we vibing out. But yeah, man, tell us, who is RAMS?
Yeah, that's one of the questions like I struggle with answer, but like, yo, I'm just a kid, man. I'm a nice, simple guy from Venda. Came through to Pretoria. That's where I'm based now. I make music. It's my life, it's my passion, it's my bread and butter. So I love the people that vibes with me. I can't say I hate the people that don't.
Yeah.
It's just I can't wait to convert you.
What's it like being working together? You guys worked together before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, big legend.
Whoa, it was crazy.
In fact, no. Where did you guys link up? Let's start there.
Through Espacio, right?
Espacio, yeah.
Through Espacio.
And then,
Luna came to my place, and then it was just
Well, yeah, it was work.
Yeah, I guess.
But it's crazy because like yo, and I keep on telling Big Les like how important he is, not just for the music scene in South Africa, but like for music in its entirety, like globally. I don't think I've seen anyone with that much versatility and this type of understanding for music, because he does. He's a wizard.
Where does the creativity then flow come from? Yeah.
I mean, there is definitely talent and skill, and you want to have both polished. If that makes sense, because it's okay to be talented, but like if you're not working hard at it, it's just gonna be another okay, cool. Because there's a lot of people with amazing and beautiful voices out there, but they are not necessarily artists. They just have good voices. And it's the people that continuously and continually and consistently go back to the drawing board and say, yo, where am I taking this? What am I doing with this? And how can I improve this? And that's why I find myself almost all the time. I remember like after we released Nobody, I sat down for a while. Yeah. And I was kind of scared to go back to the studio because it was like, am I gonna make a song better than this?
Yeah, hey man, Nobody's a hit, by the way.
Thank you.
Shucks, for those of you who don't know, like go check that song out. The video's also out, yeah?
Yeah.
It's fire, man. Yeah. That was one shot.
Well,
it looked like one shot, obviously.
There was a bit of an edit, like...
Yeah, where they were hiding cuts,
yeah. But that's just the only one, it's just one cut. But yeah. Especially when you speak about like the things happening in your life. I mean, it's so hard to do and write a song like properly. Like if I sat down and I actually said I wanted to write, I probably wouldn't write the song. Right? But I'm saying a whole lot of things to myself as well that I'd be afraid to sort of like say anywhere else. And in music I find that freedom. And I love that it's super relatable, and that's why I'm trying to use my life as like the guiding tool, not just my life but also the lives of people around me, because you don't only learn from your mistakes but the mistakes of those that are around you, and that's how you grow like faster. And I'm going to touch on a point about that, like about music in general, but with the whole relatability issue, it's beautiful because a kid from Spain, a kid from America, a kid from Uganda is also probably going through the same thing, and when they hear that, it's gonna, I don't know, allow them to further express themselves how they want to. But in terms of learning, I did like computer science in varsity, so like we did AI. I sucked at it, but it taught me like super valuable lessons outside the classroom that they could never like test me on. And that's how I've always like approached school. It's like, okay, cool, I'm learning this in the classroom, but how can I apply this outside? But with AI and music specifically, I feel as if
AI
like,
is an artificial intelligence word.
With music, I sort of look at every artist as a particle, and we're all like searching through this terrain for a solution to find like the perfect sound or the perfect, I don't know, song might be. But the thing is, it doesn't exist as well. It's also dynamic. The terrain is always changing. The solution's also always changing, so we're never gonna get to it. But we're finding all these beautiful solutions along the way. And it's such a waste of a particle to go and copy another.
Word.
Go on your own path and find your own solution.
I mean...
You know what I'm saying? There's same way as like there's always different solutions, there's always different problems, you know what I'm saying? Like copying another's just making a solution
that exists,
giving the same answer that was just given, you know what I'm saying?
Another thing is like, I don't know, a flaw that we all have, like we like comparing ourselves to other people, and like it hinders our growth, because like you may have like a beautiful song there, and then you're like, hey, but this guy's song sounds better, I need to try and make something like that, and you feel like people won't appreciate that. And like I realized, because I had a very tough time. There was a period in my life where I couldn't like write music. So like I went to math, and then I went to this girl's birthday party, and I saw Espacio. So he came to me, he just stepped in like, yo, you got a verse? Like, I don't have one, but let's go to the studio, you know?
Yeah.
And then we got there, I wrote, and like the fact that it was such an organic space got me to start writing again. So I feel like we shouldn't allow those ideas to like stop us from doing the things that we want to.
Cause I mean, I'm my own hype man. No offense to my best friend, I'm also my own best friend. In a sense. You know, like I talk to myself a lot. It's actually unhealthy. There's times I actually shout at myself like out loud, and then I would respond and say sorry, bro. I did that like one time when I was young with my little brother, and he had to like stop and look at me for a while. I think he almost told my mom to pray for me real quick. Anyways, it's super important to be aware of yourself and like what's happening around you, particularly. Like take care of yourself and your mental health, guys. It's
That's another thing I want to touch on. We're living in a time where, I guess, depression is more of a reality around people, you know, youth our age down, than it ever was, just in general, in terms of life. Or maybe it's more in your face.
I think it's always been there, just that like in African tradition or culture, it wasn't acknowledged. They'd always just tell you, oh man, just go deal with this real quick. But no one told you how to deal with it. And these days we're like, we're connected, we're out there, we're online. We know what's happening, we can sort of self-diagnose every once in a while. Which I'm not saying is the right thing to do, but it's good to know. You know, because then we're starting to have the important conversations now, and we're starting to like shed more light on what this actually is and how to help each other as human beings. Because our terrain is also changing. Kids are growing up so fast. I saw like a 6-year-old concerned with how their selfie looked.
It's a growing reality. Like it's like beyond us being able to be there for each other. How would you say? For you personally, would be, off the top of your head, the best way to deal with that? Because I mean, I'd like to assume, unless I'm crazy, or maybe it's just me, but we've all had like that moment where like, you know, you just, nothing's making sense. Everything's a bit crazy. And maybe for some of us it's not as hectic to say like, okay, depression, but there is that little bit of darkness that where you feel like no one gets it. How do you deal with that?
I've sort of. Did you want to say something?
Talk to.
I'll say what I have to say.
For me, I kind of like grew up in a setting where I had a lot of people around me, but I opted to like stay alone by myself, and that wasn't like the healthiest choice, but it made me who I am today. So I'm still okay with it. But the problem with that became having these Jericho high walls around me and having it super difficult to express what I want or how I'm feeling to other people so they could understand how to operate or react to the things I'm doing. Because understanding goes a long way. So for me right now, it's been about learning. See that key word?
Yeah.
About myself, first and foremost. Because I spent all that time with myself, but I can't say I was really discovering who I was, you know. But learn about yourself, learn what makes you comfortable and what doesn't. And also learn to be vocal. If something's not making you comfortable, don't go for it. Like when you guys asked for the interview, I said I'd be more comfortable with you guys coming over here.
Yeah.
Because I know myself and I have a bit of anxiety, and sometimes like I had an incident where like a friend brought over another friend without saying, and I did not know this person at the time. I didn't feel like free in my own
That's why I
space.
think you wish a vibe like this happens where like we can understand. You can meet someone who's, or I can meet someone who's as comfortable. Because I mean, I'm coming here as well with the same sort of anxiety. Like, okay, we've never met. I don't know what this dude's like, and you know, you get that chill. I guess this is lucky, but like, it's valid. It is valid. And when you're in those situations where like, if I came here and I was like the most intimidating dude, how then do you deal with that?
I was a person that would just like sit down, keep quiet, and take it. But I had to take a conscious decision to say, okay, cool, let's change this because I don't like being in that position. I'm not comfortable. So that's where being vocal part comes in, where you actually have to learn to say no.
Yeah.
And that goes to anything in life. Like, if there's a deal being offered to you and you don't like it, say no.
Say no.
Yeah.
Have a support system. Have people you can talk to. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. It can be a family member. It can be your friends. I believe that, like, friends are quite family.
Yeah.
And I hold them dearly in my heart. So it's about, like, just, it's different for a lot of people, and people find different ways to deal or cope. And for me, music is another way of like channeling some of those emotions out. But it's not enough, you know. So, you know, learn about your problem as much as possible, so you can like sort of learn how to solve it. That's my take on that.
You.
Somehow, some way, I didn't say what I was gonna say because I had a feeling he was gonna say exactly what I was gonna say. And yeah, he did that.
I
was gonna say, like, also, I was having a chat with Tank before we came here about, like, you know, when there's like a situation you're not like happy or comfortable with, like, it's not really that much of like a struggle to deal with it. Just tell yourself, like, to go and do it, like, deal with your stuff, deal with your problems. If, like, you really wanna, like, be free from, like, that type of stuff, and, like, once you start getting into that, you know yourself more, so you'll know what you like, what you don't like, and you can make that, you can go forth and make it vocal, you know what I'm saying? It's easier to make something known when you know how to say it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, more.
And that's sort of why I call it learning, because you're not always going to be successful at doing it. I mean, there's still times I'm in an uncomfortable position and I can't say anything. And I have to, like, recite in my head and say, okay, cool, let's try say this, let's try say this. And sometimes I keep quiet and just take it. But with learning and growing, it's becoming more of, okay, I'm moving that 70-30 ratio to more of a 50-50, and eventually become a 20-80 or 90-10. Yeah, or 10-90. I don't know how it's made. But anyways, you will fail sometimes. It won't always work out, but just keep on psyching yourself up, because the more you do it and it's successful, is the more you learn that it's okay to do it, and you continuously, like, take care of yourself better. It's good to be optimistic, but it's also good to be pessimistic. So why not do both? Both of them have pros and cons. Why not do both?
In what sense though? Like, give me an example of when it would be the best time to be optimistic and when it would be the best time to be pessimistic.
I am trying to achieve something. I want to be optimistic, but not overly, because too much of anything is bad for you anyways. You can't set too much of a high hope for yourself when doing something, because then it shatters you. I'm still saying shoot for the moon, because when you miss you and you land amongst the stars. That's a quote by someone, but I forgot this. But at that very same situation, you can be pessimistic and look at the situation, and it's a philosophy called stoicism, where you look at the worst case scenario. So I'm trying to get, like, this deal to go forth, or I'm trying to get something to happen, or I'm going somewhere. I say, okay, cool, what's the worst thing that could happen? And I look at that. And because I was so nervous or so anxious about it, I try and analyze that situation, and I say, whoa, what's the outcome there? Am I still fine after the worst thing that was in my head? And I look at that and I see that it's not so bad after all, so I just continue.
Pessimism or optimism?
I look at it as, like, I put two different entities. Like, I could be like the optimistic. Oh snap!
It's working though.
I could be like the optimistic entity, and like life could be like the one that's projecting the pessimistic energy, I guess. So like you know, someone could come to you and say, yo, man, you can't be successful without school. You can't do that. That's like a pessimistic vibe. And then I have to balance that out with my own optimistic. You know what I'm saying? And then someone could come to you optimistic about something that might be bad, like, yo, Tank, let's go rob a bank, man. I'm like, yo, man, I ain't trying to go to jail, though. So I feel like I need to balance that out. That's how I look at it. Yeah.
The two really are with you every day, every single second.
Yeah.
And it's how you look and perceive things, you know what I'm saying? So it's a genuine question. Like, it's like, sort of figuring out where you are as a person. Are you the type to go do something, or the type to not go do something? And what are the factors of that? That's where that question was coming from. Just wild thought. yeah.
Wow. Side note, like, what we were talking about, like, you know, do people see what you wait? We were talking about when we were saying, okay, do you see what people see when they hear what you're making? And like, I just think of a quote Kanye said once.
Shout out to Kanye.
Shout out Kanye.
Kanye, if you're listening, shout out to you, man.
He was like, my greatest pain in life is that I'll never see myself before. And like, for me,
live.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He did that like live. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was for me, like, what I took from it was like, you know, as much as like, you know, people see. I don't know what's the word.
Just use other words.
You know, as much as people see this great or
this light in you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The like the truth in you or whatever. Like, if I'm being
Yeah.
As much as people see the truth in you, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always different with the creator because you always want to be better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
I think for me it's kind of a different battle. I think sometimes there is no better. I mean, I'm being plain honest here. Like, sometimes that's why I'm like, at face value, I'd rather be, because for me it's like, it's not about, I don't know if sometimes it's about being better or if it's about the fact that a genuine word to use here is my insecurities won't let me see that. So it's always going to come and seem like it's from a humble place. But I wouldn't like to see myself in the light that even I am trying to portray. So it's like, if I'm freestyling and I'm killing it, I wouldn't like to think I am because of the chance that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's a genuine, as much as, like I'm saying, we can put ourselves on that pedestal like, oh, you're talented, or oh, you're this, or you're that. There's still a bit of you, or I don't know, maybe it's different because you guys have a bigger following and stuff like that. But there's that sort of affirmation of self that has to be interrogated and sort of like unpacked. Like, it's dope that people think this way about you, but what do you really think about yourself? Sure, you think that's dope, but like, in terms of dope, is that dope? Because there is dope. There is like, this is nice, I'm listening to this is dope, and then there's like dope. Like, it's like in the realm of good, this is a contender for the best. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there is that level you do achieve subconsciously, like, okay, automatically, it flows, it's not offbeat, it's perfect. But how good is it? How impactful is it? Is it doing what I low-key wanted to do? Am I achieving that? Those are the personal goals we set for ourselves as well. And do we really achieve them? I mean, shout out to Casper, he filled out F&B the other day, right? Personally, that's like amazing, you know. But like, I feel like even he has every right to question himself like that. Yeah. Like, I had 68,000 people there. Are there things I wasn't happy with myself? They loved the performance, yeah, but is there something that I wanted to give them that I wasn't able to? That's a genuine question for everyone.
Sure.
You know?
But I feel like if you're the type of person to think that way, you're the type of person that still wants to grow. And those are the best types of people, because once you become complacent, you're not going anywhere. And with the whole Casper example you gave, we see him trying to grow because he's still trying to fill up more stadiums.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm pretty sure there might have been some like shortfalls.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the way or during the event, and he's gonna make sure that that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
But okay, I've had to learn that like it's you're making progress for as long as you keep working. Well, working forwards. If you're moving forwards, that is. But as much as you want to progress, don't be afraid to look back and say, "Whoa, how far have I gone?"
Yeah.
Because we tend to dishearten ourselves by not acknowledging what we've accomplished, and that's something I'm also guilty for.
Yeah, I can
It's really hard to balance.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not bad to just pat yourself on the back.
Yeah.
At the same time, don't stay at that level. It's just keep growing.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
Take it to the top floor.
Yo, why'd you run away? You say you're chasing all this paper. Demons in your face, smell fake. You're not the same girl. Boy, you're playing with your brain. Might fuck you brain, girl. I still see you, girl. I see through you, girl. Oh, girl, nyatana. Put a gun on you, aye. They say I don't love you. They say they don't matter. And they'll excel to forget her. Your friends are fake, don't forget me. I pray for change so you're holy. You left. I love you 10 times more. I love you 10 times more. I love you 10 times more. More. I love you 10 times more. She was beautiful as the sunset. She only brought me darkness. I saw the stars in her eyes, but I made a wish and she looked away. I had to wait for the morning, cause that's when joy's supposed to come. Late nights I was lonely, wishing I had someone around. I'm glad you came round, babe. You've had your own past, girl. I know I lack courage. I know I seem scared, but I'm only scared cause I've never had it this good. You treat me 10 times better than she ever could. I love you 10 times more. I love you 10 times more. I love you 10 times more. 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 I love you 10 times more. I'm only scared cause I never had it this good. You treat me 10 times better than she ever could. I'm only scared cause I never had it this good. You treat me 10 times better than she ever could. My love, I had to write another song about you. It's been a minute, but I'm still about you. Eyes closed, I still dream about you. Ooh. I had to write another song about you, sing another melody for you. I'm hoping I can harmonize with you, baby.
My love, I had to write another song about you. It's been a minute, but I'm still about you. Eyes closed, I still dream about you. Whoa. I had to write another song about you. I had to write another song about you.